This is unit number 55, and the title of this poem is Baby's World. When you hear this title, you can guess how it was your childhood also, and the life of children. See the toddler in the on the screen, right? And you can guess. The world means here life, life of baby, a baby or babies, right? It is said that when people are born, they make many aims, mottos in their life. But when they are asked, finally, or at the end of their life, it means when they will grow old, they again want to be a child or a baby, right? It means ultimate of human being when they finish doing lots of worldly thing in their life, experience lot of worldly thing in their life, they again want to go back to their childhood, and they believe that childhood is the golden phase, beautiful part of our life. And from this explanation also you can guess childhood is really important. You can say is a foundation of our life as well. And furthermore, it is beautiful part of our life, memorable part of our life, where we are free from any sort of limitation. It means we don't have limitation, and we don't have many desire as well, only for food. I think that is the ultimate and only one need of a child. So this poet means Rabindranath Tagore or Thakur, you might have heard, Indian writer and philosopher. I don't have to say many things about him. You might have heard. He was Bengali polymath poet, writer, composer, philosopher, painter. It means he was multi-dimensional personality. But he was Bengali. And you might have heard for Gitanjali, one anthology, he got Nobel Prize. And he was the first person, non-European, to get Nobel Prize in literature for the first time. So he is also known as the Bard of Bengal. It means the great poet of Bengal. And you have read about, you have read his poem also at 10th grade also, right? Mind Without Fear. I think if you remember this. You can see the world of children. There's the glossary. There are only few words here. If you have to ask any question, please don't write, right? Speak yourself on your mic and tell me. Let's make our class interactive. You can ask any question at any time. Don't remain silent, okay? There are hundreds of works written by Rabindranath Tagore. Hundreds and thousands of works. And rarely you can compare. As I said, Nobel Prize means still from our East, there are very rare people. And he was the first to get Nobel Prize. That means you can say there is a great figure of writing literature. Stoop, to bend down. Newton, you can see, bow down. Creeping, right, is a crawling. You can compare this with crawling also. Move slowly and quietly. How a child moves, that means. Bound, it's a limit, right? Bound means. Errand means a difficult, especially a journey, short journey. And fetter means chain. Chain is in prison. Fetters. Stoop, creeping, bounds, around, and fetters. There can be some difficult word, right? Whenever it will be there on the line, I'll tell you. And if you need Nepali version also, ask me, okay? Don't remain silent. See the poem. It's a very short, it's not too much long. And theme, I said earlier, it simply tries to depict the freedom a child enjoys in his life. We also enjoyed that, but we cannot remember this. We can hardly remember this, but each and every child in their childhood, they can demand anything, they can do anything, they are free, they don't have any limitation, they are innocent. So it simply says that how a child enjoys freedom in their life. And this poet also, and when this author had a child, right, and looking at the life of child, right, he was attracted toward that, toward his own child, and he wanted to return back to his own childhood. That is the theme mentioned in this poem. Let's see, baby's world. I wish I could take a quiet corner in the heart of my baby's very own world, right? This poet wish here he wants to live in the heart, means he wants to be very close, right? It is very good to play with babies, that means. So he's fond of sitting, living with baby. So I wish to take a quiet corner in the heart of my baby's very own world. I know, I wish, that means I know it has stars that talk to him and a sky that stoop down to his face to amuse him with silly clouds and rainbows. For a child, you can see what happens. Child, when he or she sees the sky, right, they begin to, or he or she begins to talk to clouds and rainbows, and they take enjoyment by talking to these things. It means they find even sky very close to them, very close. I also imagine that, right? We could touch sky. But when I grew up, I realized that this sky is vast and we cannot touch it. The same thing happens when with a child, even stars, even clouds, and even rainbow, they talk because children are innocent. They don't know boundless limit of the sky, stars, clouds, etc. So it also can symbolize sometimes they become happy. Rainbow has, it is said that at least 7 colors. That means what? Rainbow means it represents all parts of sometimes happy, sometimes sad, right? Sometimes nagging and something else. So nature of child, they within a few minutes they smile sometime, they cry sometime, right? They some play with us, and sometimes they become aggressive at us, and so many other things. So it may reason shows that. So the poet says that even the sky come down for children to amuse them, and even clouds and rainbow they talk to children. Means children are innocent, they cannot find such limit, and they begin to talk to this thing and enjoy. That means those who make believe to be dumb and look as if they never could move come creeping to his window with his stories and with trays crowded with bright toys. Children, they can hardly crawl, hardly move from the one place to another place, because people believe that they cannot speak, especially toddler, right, below 2 years or 1.5 year. Children do not speak, they cannot speak, and we believe that they don't know anything. But the thing is not as like that. They are not dumb, right? They can speak, that means they have their own language, that means. So they move, look at here, could move, come creeping to the window, right? Hardly they go to the window with their things, as mentioned, with their stories and with trays crowded with bright toys. With their toys, with their own reason. Here, story means they have their own talks, babbling or murmuring. They crawl toward the window and start to speak, start to talk to other people, other things, anything, with anything, not only to only with human being, they can talk to anything. They talk to anything because they are innocent, they don't know those things, but they may know, right? This is the thing. Hardly with their everything, everything means their toys, their stories, and they grab everything, whatever they find, whatever is handy, and they go to the window and start enjoying the freedom. They don't know, they could fall from the window also. That is the thing. So I wish I could travel by the road that crushes baby's mind and out beyond all bounds. So this poet, right, after seeing such freedom of child, even he wants to go further. Further means more than the baby could go. Look at here. Crush says baby's mind means even he wants to enjoy unlimited freedom and more freedom than the babies. That means and out beyond all bonds. Look at here. He doesn't want to enjoy. He doesn't want to be limited within bonds. He wants to go beyond the border, beyond the bonds. Because it is said that we people, human being, we are born free, but we are always in chain. We are born free, but we are always in chain. Chain means what? There will be parents, there will be wife, there will be husband, there will be children, there will be society, there will be country. We can say the lockdown. We can go. Government can limit us. In our family also, we can't stay outside longer time, for longer time. Our family will restrict us. Similarly, what happens? In society also, we can do this, and there will be do's and don'ts in the society also. We can't do everything. There is limitation. Something will be illegal, something will be unethical, right? And sometimes we don't have money, sometimes we don't have time, sometimes we don't have something else. So there are lots of limitation in our life. हामी फ्री जन्मिन्छौँ र जहाँसुकै पनि हाम्रो के हुन्छ, हामी चेनमा हुन्छौँ अरे, as I said in English. So this poet wants to exercise what? Unlimited freedom in his life, even more than a child, because a child can do anything he or she likes. You know that. If he or she cannot get anything, he or she will cry. So, and there is no fear. Even he or she can tear books, right? Throw expensive thing, break down lots of things, right? And this and that. So the ultimate aim of this poet is to exercise unlimited freedom. How? Look at here, remaining two lines. Where messengers run around for no cause between the kingdom of kings of no history. For example, messenger, you know that. Right now, we call ambassador, but in the past there used to be messenger. For example, Hanuman went many times, right? Or to Lanka, right, as a messenger. And messengers are not killed and they are not made captive. They are free to go any country. For example, we need visa to go to other country. For example, even China right now, right, UK, USA, etc., but not to India. But messenger, they don't need anything. They did not need anything in the past. They could go without obstruction because their intention was only to impart message, to give message. Likewise, the poet also wants us freedom. He wanted to go anywhere he liked, and he did not want to tolerate restriction of country or citizen. That sort of freedom he wanted. And next, let's see. Region makes kites of her laws and flies them. See, reason. If you have reason, as a child, if child has a reason, he or she does the thing he or she prefers. Similarly, if he has some reason, he wanted to fly like a kites anywhere if he wills. That is the thing he wants to mention. Here, reason means if he has anything to do, if he wills, right, he wants to fly like a kite. And that is law. Reason is law, right? I wants to go, that's why. I like this one, that's why. So the poet wants to make his own law, not the law of society, country, ethnicity, or etc. If he thinks that is right, or he wills that, he wants to do that, that is law for him. So he doesn't want to be bounded by the law made by other. As truth can fly anywhere, you know that. Truth has no limit. Nobody can disobey the truth, disregard the truth. That means the truth set fact free from its fetter. Fetter means chain, right? Nobody can chain truth. Nobody truth. Likewise, like a truth, he wants to go anywhere. It means truth is anywhere. Truth is free. Nobody can create illusion about the truth. You can do for sometimes, but finally truth will be revealed. We say that. So the truth set fact free from its fetter. Fetter means chain. So in this way, there are three things. Look at here. Let me talk about this. One is the writer wants to be in the heart of baby. There are reasons why they can talk to the sky. Even sky bend down to listen the child, to play with child. Sky means everybody here. And they can go freely here and there. That is the reason. Therefore, he wants to be like a child. He wants to use more freedom than child itself. Because he wants to travel like a messenger without any limitation, restriction in any countries. One. Next one is he wants to make his own law. And he doesn't want to be limited by any law. When he wills reason, there is a reason. He wants to make only reason. If he has reason, he has reason, he could go, he wants to go anywhere he like a truth. Because nobody can stop truth. Nobody can veil, cover the truth. Because he thinks truth. Although some people can hide for some days, some months, some years, ultimately it will be revealed. Likewise, like a truth, he can travel. He wants to travel wherever he likes. This is the summary, and I have made very short summary here. You can read, look at here. Let me read. There are very few bullet points. The narrator talks about his love for baby and how he wants to stay beside him all the time. The poet wants to look after him also. Loves also look after baby also, him means here. So he wants to understand the world of child as a baby can talk to stars while the clouds and rainbow keep him entertained. Looking at rainbow, looking at clouds, right? They they feel amazing, interested. Likewise, he also wants to enjoy with those natural tidbits. So he wished that he could see what a baby could see even beyond the skies. Imagination and imagine, right? So he wished to travel as a baby beyond all the boundaries where he could travel like a messenger who has no boundary of any nation, anywhere, any country. It should not be restriction. There should not be restriction. We are born free, so we should or we could live free. It is his opinion. And similarly, lastly, he wishes that he wants to travel like a kite following the children's or childish reason and the truth. So, as a child always moves from one place to another place, having their own reason, especially very young, toddler. Similarly, he also wants to travel, making his own reason and like a truth also. It is a true and truth also, it goes anywhere. So it is prevalent anywhere. Similarly, he wants to enjoy such freedom. There are three things as I said earlier. Wants to be in the heart of baby, wants to live nearby the baby, and wants to get freedom like a baby. And lastly, he says he wants more freedom than even baby. And as I said earlier, his only one motto is we are born free and therefore, that means we could be able to use, we should be able to use, or we should be allowed to use boundless freedom in our life. This is the summary. If you have any question, now please open your mouth and this speaker also. I'll try to clear. कसैलाई के भन्नुभए भनौँ बोल्नुपर्छ क्या यहाँ त बोलेको छैन यो त मैले वान वे गरिरहेको छु